All right. Good morning and welcome back to the Sydney Tokyo session overlap. 6th and 7th of March. It is 7 p.m. Eastern. So, good evening to all of you who are joining from the western side of the world, and morning to all of you who are joining from the eastern side of the world, specifically India and Australia and the eastern side. Okay, let's get started off with the daily chart. Uh, what what the main counts are saying is absolutely unchanged, and it's not going to change for the next several months as well. But just for those who are joining in for the first time, or they've joined the sessions recently, let me just emphasize that euro has carved a first impulse at a minor degree, labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, followed by uh, corrective flat ABC, bouncing right at the 61.8%, carving a classic Elliott wave pattern of 5 up followed by 3 down. So if this has been identified correctly on the 13th of Jan, a major bottom is in place, and now we should be seeing wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 wave rally, all right, towards 1275, and even better, the of course the third wave is extending. Not only the third wave is extending, but we can see that there are waves ones and twos in between as well. So you got wave 1 of 3, wave 2 of 3, and then again the third of third wave is also extending, and the third of third wave is also extending. Okay, so it's a third wave extension at multiple degrees. That means it's not going to end soon, and by the time the 5 waves rally complete, we will be above 1275 in any case. All right, that's the larger degree picture. So keeping this in mind, we are let's go to the hourly chart or 4 hourly chart, where we are waiting for some kind of a corrective drop for entering or re-entering on the long side. All right, it's not very easy though, but you never know, right? Let's try and say, so first things first, wave structure for Euro USD remains firmly bullish, and if we go by the recent wave count of, so that is the third wave complete almost, right? And I don't know what is coming up. All right, that's the third wave almost complete. So if you count waves of 1, 2, and 3, it's almost complete. So if we try and take a retracement now of wave 3, then the 38.2% should be where the next stop should be. Alright, so mark this level, brothers and sisters. Of course, 1.0665. 1.0665 ideally could be the next stop where bulls could be back in picture. That is 120 points from this price where the current market is right now. And also there is a channeling technique, we can do that as well. I don't know if it's going to come that lower or it's going to remain shallow, but to tell you what, we've got to keep trying and digging. I think that is the first wave, and it doesn't look like, I mean, it's going quite a bit flat, quite a bit. I mean, it cannot take so much of time to build a wave for 18th of March, but you never know uh, whether it's going to come there or not. But 138.2%, we can rely on this price. I mean, 38.2%, that's a normal, uh, or if it is wave 1 here, because I'm really not concerned or confused about 1, 2, that is wave 3, 4 and 5, and then A, B, C. So that could be wave 1 here. Channelings are the one tricky part that I always face. Uh, but that's okay. I mean, uh, if you're comfortable with other techniques on labeling properly and using the Fibonacci and support resistance, you really need not worry. This price is coming around the 12th of March, which is early next week. Now there is a fundamental trigger coming out today, and it could be enough to drag prices lower towards 665. Tell you what. Right, so just in case, let's keep this channel intact and let's see how price action is shaping up. Today being Friday, the NFP is going to be out, and it looks like there could be one more high actually with the continuity of the weekly progression. But let's see how the price action is shaping up, because I'm seeing a pin bar as well on the daily chart. Okay, got to keep that in mind as well. There you are. That's a beautiful pin bar in the making. Is it? Is it not? It's a pin bar. So ideally, a correction could be due. So let's prepare for that now. We have waited for quite a few days, at least 3 days, for an entry, correct? And I think we should be getting it, I think today or early next week. All right, you see that pin bar, neat little pin bar. That is what calls for a corrective decline as well. All right. So 665 could be the next entry where I mean, we are going to throw quite a bit signals on the, we're going to send out quite a few buy signals on the portal around the 660 or 630 mark. So be watchful for that. We've got to get in euro, dollar index, and also GBP USD, all three of them. Of course, if that is the first wave, then all right, that the Fibonacci extensions are bringing it lower towards the 37.27 mark. So it makes a lot of sense actually. Let's keep our options open. In fact, in fact, keep your limit orders there, just in case if price action would go and drop there, we will be in already. All right. So the next limit order to buy for Euro USD bulls is around the 660 mark. All right. All right. So that's the story for Euro USD going forward. I think let's also lay down a path here. It goes slightly higher and then drops lower, and then boom, the next wave, and that should be the third wave actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember that the third wave, an extended wave. So we've got wave 1, 2, and 3 then, and there will be wave 4 and 5. That brings this wave 3 to an end, and then again wave 3 and wave 4 and wave 5. So we've got at least three to six waves more to go by. Right. By the time we should be above 1.1275 easy. Alright, like it gives me more confidence in this setup now for the next buy signal. Alright, let's move on to the dollar index, brothers. All right. So before we come back on the 4-hour chart, let me quickly appraise on what's going on the daily. It's absolutely in line with the euro, certainly on the opposite side. All right. So 5 down. That's the impulse, which is indicating the larger degree trend has turned lower already, and which was followed by a flat ABC corrective wave, touching base with the 61.8% Fibonacci ratio, just penetrating a bit higher than the 61.8%, and that's absolutely allowed by all means. And what we are seeing on the right hand side thereafter is where the action lies, actually. Wave 1 and wave 2, and then again 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So the third wave is extending, and the third wave is extending as well, which gives us a lot of confidence that we are not even midway right now. There's no point that we are going to be out of the trade. So those who are holding uh, more than one or two or three short positions may consider taking some profits in one position at least. And those who are waiting to enter again, let's find out an entry for us. If this is the third wave, we'll I think this retracement is not required anymore. And rather we take the retracement of the recent drop. Okay, the next entry comes in, sir, around 105.20, 105.60 zone. That would not be a bad idea at all, and we should be comfortably. Yeah, I think if the NFP triggers today, I think it's only a matter of time. Early next week or even today, we should be there around 105.20, 30. All right, that would be a neat little entry for us on the short side. Stop loss ideally would go around, I would keep it 109.85, but even if you keep it around 107, above 107, I mean, that's absolutely technically correct. All right. So that's the story for the dollar index, brothers. And let's move on to pound. Pound is not giving up. It's 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 showing so much of resilience. Uh, the corrective waves are absolutely shallow. In fact, I would say I think it's a triangle in the making. It's so shallow. I mean, this looks like a triangle in the making, believe it or not. Maybe it's quite possible that today there might not be any kind of retracement in pound. Maybe it can dig lower next week, because there is no pattern like what we saw in the euros and the dollar index on pound, in pound actually. I don't know if that's top or a spinning top. It's barely a spinning top with a very small wick and body. So if we consider this as a pin bar, then okay, there are chances for a pullback. But the big question is now, how long is pound going to drop? Because pound really hasn't given up anything. I mean, that it has completed the third wave as well. So it's going to be like wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be wave 3. All right, so let's try and take a retracement of the entire third wave. Let's see if there is if that makes sense at all. But I don't think it's going to retrace so much. Even the 38.2%, I mean, we are good with that. We are absolutely good with that. 2660. We'll be happy to say thank you very much, sir. And get us 2660, and we'll be again on the long side. All right. So Uh, no change in the trade, no change in direction, no change in the stop loss. 1.2344. You can shift the stop loss, or maybe 1.022250. 38.2% of wave 3. I don't think the wave 3 has completed with the help of. Let's find out. Should have completed. Easy. Yes, it has. It's actually extended a bit. I don't know if we can see divergences here. Or no divergence yet. So maybe one more high, and then a relief rally or relief corrective wave. I think that should be the case in the euro as well. Let's have a quick look. Yes, sir. So let's have some more patience. I think it's going to happen next week, not today, possibly. All right. So the wait continues. I think we'll be now getting a potential entry next week on the lower side. Gold, okay, gold. I think it's high time that the metal starts reacting, because I don't know if it's carving a triangle A, B, C, D, E. If it's a triangle, then it's going to find support again around the 2900 handle. Tell you what, sir, if you need to do business, then please break below 2892. Otherwise, I think we are on the wrong side again. Possibly, if that is wave 4 in the making, then we might be in some sort of trouble going forward. Right now, we keep our shorts active with a potential targets around pointing around 2790, with a stop loss around 2960. Sorry. All right, I've got a couple of channels here, so I got rid of both of them. Let's see how it shapes up in terms of symmetricity and in terms of the time which wave 2 took. Let's find out. From 24th November until 18th of December, almost 1 month. So this is what, 24th February, almost 1 month. At least less than a month brings us to 15th of March. That brings us to next week. It should be good if we can bring it lower towards, our prices can drop lower towards 15th of March. That would be absolutely symmetric. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. All right. So next week of March, maybe we can expect that corrective decline reaching towards 2800 lows. All right, sir. Then let's move on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we have entered shorts already. Gold, we remain short. Bitcoin is it's driving sideways. Maybe this could be a potential wave 4, but I think wave 2 is in place. That is wave 1, wave 2, and then wave 3 is just about to resume lower. I mean, that is wave 3. We are seriously in business, sir. Uh, Downside potential targets around 75 and possibly even lower. All right, sir. And the Dow Jones and SPX and Nasdaq's all still wanting to print one more low, possibly. I think today being the last trading day of the week, there should be one more push lower during the NY session, taking us below that 41,000 mark. That could be an interesting drop as well. SPX 500 could be flat because it has already broken that particular low. So possibly it's almost done. Uh, So next week, probably next week, we go for, or we expect, or we can expect at least a pullback rally back towards the 6,000 mark. Tell you what, sir, there's no corrective way of a smaller degree. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a really big one. Selling on rallies is on cards. All three indices. Not only these three indices, sir, it's across the world, across the globe. You talk about or pick about any indice, that's the same story all the way down. So we've entered shorts here as well. Oh, that's bounced to 20,000 mark. I think there should be some kind of a bullish divergence because we are expecting an ABC, and that could be an expanded flat in the making. I would be inclined to take some profits in Nasdaq, and then we'll again sell higher. What do you say? I think when we look at the hourly chart from the top in Nasdaq, we can see it is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and 5. So that could be wave 1, wave 2 again, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that is wave 4 and wave 5, but this wave 3 is not very convincing. Wave 4 again entering the territory of wave 1 is not allowed. There is some kind of, okay, let's look at the new Nasdaq futures. That might give us some more clarity. I don't know if Nasdaq futures are available. Yeah, there is an E-mini future. Let's look at that. We need to clear the counting. We got wave 1, wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is wave 3. That's probably wave 4. Is 1. Okay, so that is wave 4, and then we have wave 5 here. I think the impulse is now complete. I think if there is a bullish divergence here, we've got a case of a rally materializing soon enough. That's wave 5, sorry, and then we've got A, B, and probably wave C. So what I'm going to do after this session is book profits in the Nasdaq. Let's also revisit Dow Jones. It's always good to keep some profit because but unfortunately we've got only one lot, so we can't book profits in half of it. Either it's going to be complete. I think we can refrain in Dow Jones, we can hold on, but Nasdaq, I think we can we can book profits right now. All right, so let's bring this current session to a pause, brothers, and we'll be back again in a few hours during the London times. And until that time, again, once again, thank you for tuning in. Watch out for a Euro USD pound and dollar index entries coming in either today or early next week. And until the next one, as always, please do take care and God bless, brothers. Goodbye.